When I started my career in Big Four, I was ecstatic. I always wanted to dress nicely in a nice formal dress in the CBD area in Singapore. But over time, even though I really love being in the accounting sector and learning more about businesses in Singapore through accounting and audit, I wanted to explore what I can do beyond just working in corporate and also help my parents out. So the first 4 to 5 months after I quit my job, I had back-to-back endorsement. I feel like I work less, but I earn more than what I have earned previously in the Big Four. But then they started to get longer because I have more time to do what I love now, and that's when overthinking comes, which means when there's more overthinking, I start to question more about my worth, my purpose in this world. And somehow I changed a lot of different formats when I'm doing my content creation. And I ended up rebranding my clothing brand instead of building it. I burned more money, and although I am grateful that I have the capacity financially to cover those losses, but mentally it was very overwhelming. So today I'll be talking about valuable lessons that I've learned in this messy and chaotic chapter of my life. Lesson number 1, accountability. When I left my job, the person who kept me accountable is of course my boss, and I benchmarked myself against that performance review. So when I started to do content creation, it's like a brutal way of performance review because you can check the views and the followers metrics immediately. And when the numbers and views doesn't show up the way I expect it to be, I felt like I was doing something entirely wrong, and I kept chasing for views. But then ironically, when I start chasing into a different format, somehow the old format works, and I started to feel like, okay, which one works? And it feels like it's a loop. Like I keep changing, and suddenly the previous one works, and actually I should have just continued and pressed on that content. So I used to blame the algorithm, the audience, and even myself, like, why am I like this? Realize that it's not actually because of those factors, but it's about not having this clear definition of what accountability looks like. Because if I don't know what success looks like outside this 9 to 5 job, then it's very hard for me to measure, and it feels like I'm falling behind. Which leads me to my second lesson that I've learned throughout this chapter about purpose. I realized like success is not just based on views, not just based on the endorsement deal that I get. It's about the long-term purpose. Like, what am I running for? What do I want people to remember me of? I'm starting to say no to things that doesn't align with me, doesn't align with my long-term goal. And I start focusing on how I can improve my content better, staying in the same lane, in the same purpose and end game. So after I left my job, purpose has become a very crucial moment for me because I didn't know who I was beyond just that 9 to 5. And that's why I feel like this is a turning point for myself. But then come another question, like, what am I actually good at? And this is the third lesson that I've learned during my journey. So we often chase ideas on what is the most trending thing in the market, what is the most profitable business, but we don't look at ourselves and ask ourselves, what is actually our strength? What is our experience? And that's what happened to me. Like when I ventured into the clothing brand, I had no idea how to design a piece of clothing. But when I talk about chartered accountancy, when you talk about taxes, when you talk about personal finance and also creating events, this is something that's like second nature to me because it's been there and I don't have to start from scratch. And that's where I light up the most. And I didn't realize it until I had to go through all the 7 months of trial and error. So I feel like when someone say life will take its own course, like whatever will be, there's actually a hidden meaning behind it. Like whatever experience that you have, even my dad, when he started his business from zero, he had 10 years of experience in shipbuilding, and he started building his own business in the same area. He doesn't start from zero. He knows what he's expert at, and then he doubled down. And I feel like this is what we are all meant to be. We use our strength and then we use that talent to actually grow it, not something that's off course. I hope this video is useful for you who are paving your way out of the corporate job as well and you're trying to build something on yourself. and I'll be sharing more of my journey here. So don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment down below what you want to see next. Bye.